Um, this is Fundon Daniel speaking here for the state of Texas in response to La Republique minister's statement they made today in the front of international diplomat. But I am here to remind La Republique du Cameroun, in which La Republique described the situation in the Northwest confronted with criminals and destabilization are perpetrated by secessionists using terrorist method in which already drained the government. But I am here to remind La Republique du Cameroun. I am here to remind La Republique du Cameroun that the Southern Cameroon territory was never a conquered territory. Southern Cameroon was never a colonial territory of La Republique du Cameroun. The fact that the people of Southern Cameroon came together with La Republique, they came under mutual understanding that La Republique in 1960 got their independence from France, the colonial master. And in doing so, the people of Southern Cameroon wasn't part and parcel of La Republique. And so the people of Southern Cameroon got their independence in 1961. La Republique wasn't part and parcel of the Southern Cameroon. So the people of Southern Cameroon recognized La Republique as an invader in the Southern Cameroon territory. The people of Southern Cameroon are living in their home peacefully. The fact that we, the people of Southern Cameroon, invite La Republique as a neighboring country that we can work together under the common good of both nations, that did not give La Republique audacity to control every resources, every life of people of Southern Cameroon. I am here to remind La Republique its obligations that the people of Southern Cameroon has the right and privilege equally like La Republique du Cameroon. The fact that La Republique got some enablers, like people like Atanga Nji, Paul, and whom they believe that they can use the people of Southern Cameroon for their personal interests and the interests of La Republique du Cameroon, including the French government. But I am here to remind La Republique that the people of Southern Cameroon has an obligation necessary to restore their territory as it was prior to. And so I also want to bring this attention to the United States Congress. I am also want to bring this attention to the United States government. I just want to bring this attention to the President of the United States. I want to bring this attention to the Secretary General of the United Nations. I want to bring this attention to the U.S. Senate. I want to bring this attention to the U.S. Department of Defense. I want to bring in this attention to the U.S. Secretary of State and the Undersecretary for African Affairs, that our people has experienced a tremendous loss of lives because of the invader, La Republique neighboring country, du Cameroon, in Southern Cameroon. The little baby, 4 months old, that was lying in her bed and was sleeping quietly, undisturbed. But La Republique military inadvertently shot this little child death. It's not just the beginning of shooting people indiscriminately. Shortly after that incident, a grandmother that was living in her home was broken into and shot dead by La Republique military. A family that once of their relatives was shot and called the rest of the family to come and pick the corpse. And when the rest of the family came, they were shot dead. The doctor at the hospital in Bali was refused not to resuscitate the those who were shot because they were still bleeding. They were still bleeding and they were still breathing. So they were still bleeding and they were still breathing. In other words, they were still alive, but the doctor refused not to provide medical care attention to those that were shot by La Republique on the condition that La Republique military is going to follow suit and destroy the hospital. So how much of this can I continue to name? I can name this incident that has been going on and ongoing in Southern Cameroon territory. But I am here to remind the world community that the people of Southern Cameroon has got enough of La Republique du Cameroun, and that we are asking La Republique to immediately and unconditionally leave the Southern Cameroon territory for the sons and daughters. We are not obligated to have La Republique in what relationship. Our people is capable to manage their resources and let La Republique go and take care of its own personal obligations and allow the Southern Cameroon to move forward with its own personal interests. The people of Southern Cameroon, right now that I'm speaking, in Ngukentunjia in Dop, there is no electricity and has been ongoing for the past 1 month without electricity in Southern Cameroon territory. This is not just a frustration. This is deeply disgusting. But I am reminding the world community that our people have got this behavior and that they must be able to find solution. And since they haven't found a solution, so the people of Southern Cameroon is able to move forward with its identity. The people of Southern Cameroon does not need La Republique in every circumstances. Why must La Republique believe that they have to have the people of Southern Cameroon together? Because they have no way to go. But we have a way to go, and that is why we equally ask La Republique in whatever circumstances to immediately pack their luggage and leave the Southern Cameroon territory. We will not in any circumstances compromise with La Republique, and we will use every available resources and to sustain and maintain our pressure to ensure that La Republique leaves the Southern Cameroon. With respect to the divisional officer of Ngukentunjia, fellow citizens of Ambazonia, if you are listening to this message, and you will be able to listen to this message in due time, that woman that is currently the La Republique divisional officer, she shouldn't be allowed to enter in Southern Cameroon. Every bridges, every route, every place that lead to that particular woman's compound need to be shut off. Our people believe in our traditions. Our traditions from our ancestors is well recognized. And we have lived in this fundamental value of our cultural heritage. And Atanga Nji, the ex-convict in the New Bay prison, has no audacity to come and tell us how our tradition should function. To the hell with Atanga Nji. Fellow brothers and sisters, as I'm speaking and you are in the ground zero, you will be listening to this message as soon as possible. But once you take listening to these messages, and that any person of La Republique interest, you gotta set aside and teach them a lesson. We have to move forward, and we cannot move forward if we have La Republique enablers in the midst of our own struggling to meet our life obligations. And so that woman should immediately leave Ngukentunjia right now, immediately, once the Southern Cameroon Defense Force meet and give her that he has few days to leave. Otherwise, discard every property of hers in Ngukentunjia immediately and destroy every aspect of her. We cannot sit at home and have our village. We grew up in this cultural heritage and have a divisional officer to come and appoint who has to be head of our village. That would not happen, and over my watch and over my dead body. Take this message clear to the divisional officer that we are going to be following her very closely. And even Atanga Nji, every property of Atanga Nji need to be cut and destroyed in Southern Cameroon completely. He is the worst disturbances in Southern Cameroon, Atanga Nji. I'm sure he thinks that he's the supreme being, but unfortunately, you are dealing, the people of the Northwest will not succumb to any rubbish from Atanga Nji. So every property of Atanga Nji need to be destroyed, discarded, and destroyed completely. Any effigy of Atanga Nji. And let us set example for any others to follow suit. Take care, and this is Fundon Daniel speaking live from the great state of Texas. Have a wonderful day.